Hello everyone, I'm Dire Wolfie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a response video to Allimations Pride Month Rant. Now, before we get started completely, I just wanted to say that this drawing in the background of my voice, or that my voice is voiceovering, whatever, is not the best of my abilities, and if you want to see better art, you should go to my Instagram, Dire Roof, and that's where I post most of my art. I haven't posted anything too recent, but there's way better art on there if you want to see better art. Anyways, getting into the video, I do not have a problem with Allimations at all. By all means, they're a great channel, and I actually really like their stuff. Now, their voice is kind of annoying, but I mean, you can't really change your own voice. Anyways, this rant really isn't too much of a rant. It's more just opinion-based, but that's sort of a rant, I guess. Anyways, their first point that they brought on to us is how the LGBTQ plus community shames heterosexuals, especially in the month of June. Now, since I'm a part of this community, it's going to be a little biased, but I don't really agree with how we're shaming them, because really all we're doing is saying that this is our month and that we don't really get to express ourselves too much in the month. It's like the Renaissance Fair. We don't need to celebrate that, but we do, because the Renaissance was a big part for Europe and for us as a country, the USA. Now, we don't need to celebrate it like we do, but we do because it shows our pride for who we are. Okay, and that leads me to my next point, which was their point. Pride, the meaning of pride. Pride's meaning is the feeling of importance, satisfaction on our achievements, and the conscience of dignity. Now, that could go for heterosexuals too. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but pride is often associated with the LGBTQ plus community, especially after we became a bigger community. And this also ties into when Pride Month was first created, which was when the LGBTQ plus community was not as accepted as it is today. Which is another reason why saying that we don't deserve a month is kind of rude. Which that was really weird because it was a huge space. Anyways, we created the month before there was a big change in society and acceptance for us. Now, I'm not saying that we should change it at all, because honestly I don't think that we should. It represents a big part of the USA and what we have become. Now, this goes into the community itself. The community, as they said, has increased in people coming out as bisexual, lesbian, gay, pansexual, anything within the community itself, which I understand because it has grown. And there's been a decrease of heterosexuals in the community. And while I was listening to this, I'm sitting here they were never really part of our community. I'm not saying that our supporters, that our allies should not be a part of the community, because I don't have a problem with it if they do become part of the community. But heterosexuals themselves were never a part of the community as a whole. There is no letter or signification, if that's even a word, to show that they are part of the community. And I don't really get where they brought this out of. And they also go into a little bit after that, straight people wanting to be gay. Now, this is way off of what the meaning of this is, because they do say that a lot of gay people or LGBTQ plus people wish that they were straight because of bullying, harassment, and discrimination against us and who we are. Which that point makes sense, because we do sometimes wish that we were straight. Not me necessarily, but some people probably do, because of those facts and issues in the community and in life itself. Which I don't get why straight people would want to be gay just so that they can have a month to themselves. Really, Pride Month is to celebrate the community or yourself as who you are. You don't necessarily need to be part of the LGBTQ plus community to celebrate Pride Month. But it's just a lot of the part of Pride Month, June. Now, it's also having to do with acceptance, and then they go on to tell us that we're idiots. And we're not idiots for saying that straight people should not participate in Pride Month. Now, I personally think that they should if they want to. It's a fact if they're an ally or if they're not an ally. If you're not an ally, please do not celebrate our month. It's not something that you should be celebrating if you do not support us. But if you're an ally and you're fine with who we are and the LGBTQ community itself, then by all means, celebrate it. Be part of it. But then they say that heterophobia is a thing. Now, I didn't search this up, so I wouldn't know for an exact fact if it is. But I'm pretty sure, like at least 95% sure that heterophobia is not a thing. Homophobia is for sure, but heterophobia, I'm not totally sure on that, because not a lot of people have something against heterosexual people, because heterosexual, the meaning itself, is known to be more accepted and to not really have a lot of haters or people who don't accept them, which really makes me think, why would they bring up that point if it's not a really big thing in life? Like, heterophobia doesn't really go on to be something much bigger than it is. I mean, I'm sure that there are some people or some places that don't like hetero people, but personally, I'm pretty sure that heterophobia is not a big deal and that homophobia is way bigger. Now, this is only because of the fact of acceptance and not being allowed to really express ourselves the way that we should be able to. Because rarely do you ever see a heterosexual person going out in public with their black and white striped flag and people telling them to knock it off. Usually, that would only happen if you're wearing a rainbow flag or a rainbow shirt or anything along those lines, and people telling you to knock it off. It's very common to see that. And there's still places in the world where that is a thing and where you don't get called out if you do something like that because it's considered the norm. You want to call them out because you don't want the LGBTQ community around your area, your land, which really sucks, which is why I'm making this rant on top of their rant, because honestly, they do not deserve to say that we shouldn't have this month to ourselves. It goes along with when it was created, when the month was created itself, and why we still celebrate it. If our month was not supposed to still be celebrated, the country itself would have taken it out a while ago. So, I just wanted to get this out because I did really want to make this video to say that yes, there are some people out there that are part of the LGBTQ plus community that do not appreciate the heterosexuals, but that we should still have our own month because we still do get very beat up about who we are. Now, this pretty much concludes today's video, so if you liked it, please leave a like or leave a thumbs down if you didn't like it. I don't really care because this is my opinion. See y'all later. Bye.